a warm welcome also from our side. This is Andreas Winkler. My name is Mirko Krönert, and we both are part of the Audi digital business team. So, as mentioned, we want to show you some details about the Audi ecosystem in the next 30 minutes. And thanks Florian, thanks Stefan for the insights earlier this morning. I think we had a good outlook for the future of digital signage. So, as a product manager, together with my team, we are shaping the digital retail portfolio and the on-site customer journey within the dealerships. And we also need and we also want to link it to the online world, and that's leads me to my colleagues. Andy, would you also say something about your role at Audi?
Of course. Good morning. My name is Andreas Winkler. I'm business owner for the website funnel at Audi, and that includes also the configurator, which is at the moment our most prominent tool to offer cars to the customer. And I'm happy to give you a few insights about how we drive the transformation towards a more e-commerce-driven ecosystem. But first of all, I think that's nothing new to you. We are in a big change, so it's at the moment the most fundamental transformation in the history of Audi. We have a huge shift during sustainability and the whole digital transformation. And just to give you a feeling, we are just ahead of releasing more than 20 cars until 2025. So the biggest offensive of Audi regarding our new cars. And there we have BEVs, we have ICEs, we have new platforms. So very challenging and also exciting times for Audi. And if we look at the industry, at the automotive industry, we see at all three main areas of change. For us, first of all, on the left side, new technology. So we've heard before in the keynote, in the intro, artificial intelligence, of course, 5G everywhere, devices are connected around of us. And for us, that means that world is changing faster than ever before, and we have to create possibilities and use cases with all these new technologies and tech stacks. And that means also, if we think about an enabling technology like autonomous driving, we can create new use cases in the mobility life area, but also beyond mobility. But the second pillar is getting stronger and stronger, the new competition. So it's not only anymore about the traditional competitors like BMW, Mercedes and all the players. It's about the Chinese competitors and also about the cross-industrial competitors, Google or Apple. And we know that they have already a huge tech shift behind of them, and they are relating and offering practical solutions in place. And we know that they are retaining our customers on the long term. So the competition is getting stronger and stronger. And based on the new technology and based on the competition, we also know that the preferences of our target customer group is changing. So it's no longer just about the quality and the design. We also have to offer digital services. We have to offer premium experiences to our customers that fits into the life areas, not only in the mobility section, but also beyond, as I mentioned. And that means, for us, it was clear that we have to create an ecosystem in the car and around the car. An ecosystem that leads the customer in the Audi world, keeps them and links them across the whole customer journey. And if we have a look to other industries, like as I mentioned Apple, we see that every ecosystem has its main part of integration. It is where you can create the most value for the customer. At Apple, it's the iPhone. But for us, it's obviously the car. From my point of view, the most beautiful hardware in the world. And that's why we said, okay, we turn the car and we transform our cars into experience devices. So that means we can create experiences in the car, services digitally, entertainment services, but also services which are relevant in the life areas of our customers. So if we talk about, and you have seen a lot of from the Skysphere family cars, you see how we see the future, and they showcase beautiful what possibilities we have there. And just to give you an overview, I brought this slide with me. We have on the left side the technical enablers and capabilities of the iPhone and of the smartwatches from Apple, and we have on the right side capabilities our future cars have in. And I think then it's getting clear that with these capabilities and with these enablers, we have to offer and we have the opportunity for new cool experiences, for a lot of services, for a bunch of cool end-to-end experiences, but we have to build them. And the question is, with all the enablers in our cars, how can we build them, and what's the expectation of the customers towards Audi? And for us, it's clear, again, based on everything we achieved in the past, we see 3 clusters our customers expect from us. First of all, that's something they know from other industries, a smart and convenient sales process. That's something where we focus on later, but that's very important. A seamless, simple, and easy experience. And if you have tried to configure our cars at the moment or in the past, you know it's very complex. We're offering such a bunch of options, of features, and we know at the moment it's too complex to configure cars online. So from our point of view. The second one is a little bit changing with our target group. The younger generations want to have a direct link to the brand, to the product. They want to have a co-creation process. And they want to give directly feedback on the product and on the features. And for us, if we say we want to develop customer-centric, that's very important. So we have to grab this feedback, we have to take this feedback, bring it into our development streams for the core product, the car, but also for the digital services. And the last one, I've talked a lot about experiences. It's obviously that we have to offer seamless and unified experiences across all the touch points. So not only the web funnel, also the My Audi app, for example, also the car and also the dealerships. But if you think about all the options and all the opportunities, it's the question, how do we orchestrate that? How take we care about the experience in front of the customers? And how do we enable these features and these services across our departments to be relevant and to create this seamless experience? And that's why we said 2.5 years ago, hey, don't talk about technique first. Don't talk about the next tech trend. Don't talk about the developing language. Let's come from the customer and align on a holistic customer journey. So you see, it's in the center of this chart that this was our first job to align in the whole digital business unit to one holistic customer journey. So I'm not sure if you can imagine how many different journeys we had in the past. So every department defined their own journey. Every department said, hey, we know better how the customer should explore our products. But we said, across our unit, we have to commit on one journey. And I just simplified it with this infinity loop. And we have, of course, a few more details there. But to give you an overview, we said, okay, every touch point in the company has to focus on this customer journey. And then below, then we realized, okay, we have to change our current work, and we have to change the different areas at the moment we are working on. And that's why we implemented the foundation, One Audi. You see this at the bottom. One Audi is structured in 3 main pillars. On the left side, it's about UX and data. That means flexible front ends. That means also a flexible data access. We're using data layers that offers holistic data from our backend systems. But also a modularized way to integrate front ends in the whole touch points. The second pillar is the alignment pillar. So alignment to the holistic customer journey I mentioned, but also alignment to a shared collaboration mode, to a agile working mode. And the right one, the tech one, is then talking about the development language, talking about the tech stack, talking about the framework, using with our partners, with our agencies, with our development teams, the same tech framework to reuse the features at every touch point. And that's why we detailed that a little bit. And I think it's clear if you look on top, you see our current customer journey. And to be honest, I just get the approval from our legal department because I named it, it's hardly connected. So if we are transparent to you, and if you have ever tried coming from a social media campaign and ending buying a car, you know that the journey at the moment is not connected. So we have a few breaks along the journey. We have the website, the app, the summary page. You might not be identified at the dealerships, and so on and so on. But our goal is, and we are on the way towards that, to streamline the journey, to connect the platforms, and to have one mission, one principle. It's the continuous commerce. Offering and leading customers at every time to the checkout process. Of course, buying a car, that's the vision, but also buying the after-sales equipment, items, digital services, apps, all the bunch of services we are offering. That's our overall goal, to leading the customer to the checkout process. And as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm responsible also for the car configurator. And that was a huge change also in the mindset that we said for the future, the configurator is not just about 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 steps until you get your wish Audi or your dream Audi. It's the car configuration process should be influenced across all touch points. So we are paying a lot of dollars at the moment for storytellers, for influencers, and they are bringing the customer to the brand. But if we want to be e-commerce ready, we have to drive and we have to lead the customer to the checkout process and relating to items, equipment, configurations to the car. And that's why we say in the future, we have to create an interplay between the content and the car configuration. And we see that in other industries. The fashion industry, Shop Your Look, for example. It's very easy. It's a one click that I can buy the items, that I can buy their products. Of course, if we talk about an $80,000, $90,000 car, you won't use a one-click solution. But again, we will offer more products, more digital apps, more features, where we have to go or have to come to this one-click solution. And to sum it up and to show the scalability of One Audi, if we talk about innovative plugins like mixed reality plugins, and 3 weeks ago Apple released the Vision Pro, and if we talk about showing your dream car along the configuration process in a virtual reality, if we are developing this once and we implementing that in a website funnel, we should be also ready to implement the same feature with the same functionality at our digital showrooms. And then we have the reusability and we have the scalability of the One Audi foundation. And that's why now I hand over to my colleague Mirko, and he will give you insights about how we drive the transformation in the digital showrooms.
Thank you, Andreas. We have already learned and heard about the Audi ecosystem and the relevance of the seamless journey between those touch points. Since we are here at the Digital Signage Summit, now we want to focus on our physical spaces. Those physical spaces will also become an important part within this ecosystem, like also for Wortmann mentioned here in the statement. So no matter if our customers steps in one of our global dealerships or maybe in one of our inner city formats, the progressive retail concept makes our brand strategy with a focus on sustainability, design, and digitization tangible to our visitors. But what is the Audi progressive retail concept? This is our overall approach with optimized processes on site, which are centered around the people. So we offer dedicated pillars within this concept, and a personalized consultation at those physical touchpoints enables our customers to retrieve and to get really the best service they can expect, and also the right amount of information, and last but not least, also inspiration on site. Additionally, those digital tools, which we are also developing and standing here, those digital tools support our sales advisors and also the product experts on site, and enrich the customer journey for our visitors within the dealership, and as mentioned from Andy previously, also beyond. But how did we get there? So the history of digitalization within the Audi dealerships is quite long, and believe me, it's a quite fragmented beginning. So let's have a short look back, and let me lead you through our short history of digitalization within the dealerships. So already in 2008, maybe you remember, it was the year of the Beijing Summer Olympic Games. We implemented and installed the first digital signage screen within our dealerships. Why I'm emphasizing Beijing? Well, because right after the first installation we did in Germany, like normally when we do our pilot installation, already the second one took place in China. So not only, but also a bit driven by this mega event, Audi became one of the first car manufacturers with a global and connected digital signage network. Only 2 years later, in 2010, we implemented the first 3D car configurator within the dealership. So this technology was the initial basis also for our first total digital dealership, which we opened in 2012 in London. Maybe you remember the first Audi City was opened there. In total, we rolled out those technology to more than 1,000 dealerships globally, all of them connected with central connected digital screens. In 2018, even though if we quite sufficient and also had a good cooperation with our partners, we decided to change this central approach. Why did we do this? So at least there were two main factors which drove to this decision. Firstly, rolling out hardware centrally from Germany and bringing it to countries all over the world, especially when you deliver countries outside the European Union, is not quite efficient. So it ties up a lot of internal and also external resources, and scaling is quite limited to that. Secondly, we were not owner of the platforms. Andy already mentioned we need to throw down and to open the closed environments within our IT technology. So since we wanted to reuse and to integrate in central and also in market-specific backend system, we needed to own the developments. So the idea of software as a service and bring your own device were born. Meaning, from that point on, our dealers were able to purchase hardware locally. The hardware, the software, the contents, and everything got retrieving the hardware then from us. So we as AG still delivered the content, we still delivered the software. This, at last, decreased the efforts, but also the times and also the costs for our rollout. Secondly, we were firstly able to integrate our digital signage screens within our sales processes on site. And last but not least, I think we have already heard in the keynote at the beginning, since we were able to build up a complete own video management backend system, we were able to use our video content not only for the dealerships, but also for other use cases, like for our press department, like for the online communication, etc. This was the beginning, but unfortunately not the end. So we had still 1,000 of those car configurators out there. So the core component for the configuration and visualization on site was still isolated. So we were looking for a solution which we can leverage also to other use cases as well, because not only since Corona, we were aware that our customers do not come that often to our dealership like before. So together with our subsidiary, the Audi Business Innovation here in Munich, we were looking to find a solution which we can leverage to other use cases. So we were streamlining the whole product visualization process. From that time on, we were owning the whole process from data preparation and ending at different communication channels. This leads to a bunch of new use cases. Some of them are listed here, but I also brought a video with me, which visualized it a bit better.
All touch points of the contemporary customer journey. Using the digital twin, the Unreal-based automotive visualization platform of Audi Business Innovation enables the central provision of all media assets for all digital sales channels, following the single source of truth approach, according to the individual purpose and requirements. Images and films for design and feature presentation, content on demand and streaming solutions, as well as content from complex layer-based online configurators are generated in a highly automated manner. At the point of sale, the system offers real-time configurators and individualized driving films. For the entire model portfolio, APP is a centralized visualization ecosystem which enables a premium customer experience for Audi in the configurator on the whole website, as well as our dealership network around the world for content production, real-time visualization, and development. It's the content from a central data source for all digital touchpoints. The data-driven visualization solution is modular. Components such as vehicles, environments, and lighting of the purely digital generated assets can be freely combined with each other. This accelerates processes and significantly reduces costs. customer communication and product experience.
So today, we offer dedicated experiential modules which are all integrated in the aforementioned progressive retail concept. So the concept is quite flexible. Our dealers can adapt it to individual needs, but also the customers can decide if, for instance, additional consultation and the consultancy by a dealer is needed. So for instance, the 3D remote consultancy is already available within the market and also available for the customers. So with this tool, we bring the same 3D visualization quality from the dealerships to our customers at home. But also on site, we leveraged new tools. And on that step, I want to emphasize one module within the portfolio. So maybe you remember I was talking about the digital signage and the configurator screen. And back in the days, we were asking our customers and also our dealers, okay, what kind of tool is still missing? What do you need to enrich the journey and what do you need to do your daily work? And there was one fast consensus, and it was, okay, we need a digital version of our analog price stand. Sounds easy at first sight, but if you think about that, the requirement was, okay, there shouldn't be any additional manual effort for the maintenance, and it was the wish to make it as cheap as the current analog price stand, which was, by the way, one of the cheapest modules within our portfolios. So believe me, it took a while and several approaches to find a suitable solution on the market, and together with the partner B12, we were really able to integrate a product within our own environment. Meaning we had the chance to integrate the B12 development team within our own scaled agile development stream on the one hand, and on the other hand, we were also able to use and reuse existing backend systems so that at the end, we can now offer an affordable and also a customer-oriented module to our retailers. So our retailers, our dealers love the one-click administration front end, and the customers enjoy an additional interactive module within the user journey with the possibility to link it to their own device. And in future, like also mentioned by Andy, we will getting more flexible by being independently from any hardware, by reusing also existing developed feature apps from the website. So in total, this module really condensed the whole approach from our development strategy, meaning an old, isolated analog price stand became a very flexible, a digital, and to the omnichannel strategy integrated digital tool.
Very cool, Mirko. Thank you. And I think I have 30 seconds left for the summary. Okay, I try to be very short and on time. I think it's getting clear also with this example from the digital retail modules. With the One Audi ecosystem, on the left side, UX and data, we have a modularized framework and flexible front ends. So flexible front ends, if we compare it to the digital info display, which is summed up with a lot of front ends in the whole framework, we can use the same framework also on a summary page, for example, at the configurator page. The data side, so very, very important on our side. One-click solution, getting all the data for one car into the systems to visualize it perfectly into the front ends. So we created a data layer which is very flexible, and I would say it offers a holistic bunch of all the data from our production systems. The second pillar, alignment, as I mentioned, one customer journey and one collaboration mode of how we work together with our agencies and with the partners. And on the right side, the tech stack, feature apps. In our case, they are React native feature apps and based all on the same framework. And you see the overall goal to empower and enable the Audi ecosystem. And you see there are a lot of touch points and a lot of course, also buzzwords where we're entering in the future and where we create services for our customers. But the most important thing is across all touch points. So every service is mapped on a customer journey and will give the customer the same feeling and the same experience. And we don't care if it's in the web, if it's in the car, if it's at our retail stores or in the My Audi app. And that's overall the goal of the One Audi ecosystem. So try to be on time. Thank you very much.